Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre the Game, my dear guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another What If video from me. And this I'm going to be talking about what if Sonic 06 was Sonic 07. And granted, yes, I know a year's time isn't going to fix every issue that game had, but it would fix a lot of them with a more competent team working on the game. So here's the situation as it boils down from this what if perspective on this. Firstly, again, the game gets delayed a year for holiday 2007. The team that's working on the game is a bit more competent in how they go about designing things and structuring things. 3, there is far more playtesting for this game so that you can tell that, hey, they actually did take some time to play these levels and figure out that Sonic shouldn't be able to walk up ramps. 4, there are no guns or vehicles in this game for Shadow. He does not need them. They should not be in it. 5, there are no slow characters in this game. Everybody has a decent amount of speed. Okay? All right. So I'm going to go into this a little bit more detail now. So Sega's rounding, Sonic Team is rounding holiday 2016. Oops. Holiday 2006. They look at the game, say Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 is not ready for the public. They've played it. They've tested what they could. There's too many glitches and bugs in the game currently for it to be feasible to put it out. They are not willing to do it. So Sega grants them an extension for a year, and they take their time and build on what they already have, slowly fixing the issues with the game. Here we go. Okay. First changes that I would make, again, like dealing with the physics of the game and Sonic and company being able to walk up ramps slowly and somehow still make it through them like they're Spider-Man or something. Not going to happen. Physics actually work in this game. Secondly, characters like Rouge, Knuckles, Tails, Amy, they won't be slow. They'll retain their speed from Sonic Adventure 2. Amy, however, being the one that has the biggest improvement in her speed because she's fast enough to keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog. And this is something that's been established in the lore of the series. That's how she can surprise him so often, because she's been able to find a way to keep up with his speed. She was originally very slow, but she ran enough that she caught up to him. Like, she's not as fast as Sonic, but she is pretty close. She's faster than Tails and Knuckles. I can guarantee you that. So Amy retains her speed, gets a little bit of a speed boost, and we don't get these ridiculous stealth areas with her. She gets a normal segment like Sonic does. Then she gets a segment similar to what Sonic, Blaze, and Shadow do when you're playing with them. She can keep up with their speed. Okay. But she just has the Pico hammer and can do additional things like high vaulting and stuff like that. Things that those characters don't do. All right. She doesn't have a homing attack. Just for argument's sake, she does not get a homing attack. She doesn't know how to do that just yet. All right. Silver. Once he reaches top speed on foot, he starts to glide along the ground using his telekinesis automatically as part of his running animation, so he's not slow. It was exhibited in the very first cutscene you see this character in the game that he can fly relatively fast. So why is it that in the game when you're playing with him, he runs slow as molasses? That's going to be fixed in this game, this version of this game. And on top of that, Z targeting was a thing since the N64. Sorry, Sega, you don't get a pass on that one. Silver should have had a targeting system when he was using objects with his telekinesis. Like, he needed a targeting system, especially with the horrible camera angles that they are in this game, where you can't see enemies half the time when you're trying to attack them. A targeting system would, one, allow the camera to reset behind Silver and allow him to aim his shots. That was something he needed that they did not implement for this character. And it's pitiful that they didn't. Third thing is, we're going to get rid of that bull crap ass freaking jump dash thing that he's supposed to do, where you have to tap the daggone button twice in extremely fast succession in order to get Silver to make it through obstacles. Get rid of it. It's not needed. He should have another psychic ability that allows him to tear through things, or just an upgrade to his psychic abilities that allows him to break down solid structures. That's all he needed. He didn't need a freaking cheap and redundant way to get through obstacles. Or if you didn't want to do that, I know this is stealing from Shadow, give him teleportation instead. Again, that would have been fine. Just the crap that they did, no. Silver is like so much wasted potential. Okay. Blaze the Cat remains the same. Omega remains the same. Sonic remains the same. Shadow remains mostly the same. Like I said, all the guns and vehicles are gone because he doesn't actually need them. He's extremely powerful. He doesn't need it. The only other thing I can think of in that situation is to give him what was I thinking? And for his homing attack, allow him to still be able to do the combo, but don't give the stall when he doesn't do it. Like, let him bounce like Sonic when he normally does it. And if you want to keep doing it, then he'll do the combo as long as you're hitting the button. Otherwise, he stays relatively the same. Knuckles gets his ground speed back because, gosh, in this game it is pitiful. His gliding speed is okay. I think that's really all that Knuckles needed, was to get his ground speed back, because otherwise he was fine. Rouge the Bat does not throw... What does she throw? Like bombs or something? Yeah, no. She can have the bombs as an item that she gets during gameplay to throw, like as a weapon that she can hit enemies with from a distance. But she should have retained her attacks from Sonic Adventure 2, which that would have been fine. And on top of that, she should have retained her speed. I mean, she wasn't as slow as Knuckles, if I remember correctly, but she was still pretty slow. Tails, another one, should have retained his moves, like retained his attacks and stuff from Sonic Adventure. He did not need to take freaking ring capsules and throw them at enemies. Like, if you wanted to give him something like that, it should have been an item that you pick up that's an upgrade. There are enough buttons on the freaking 360 controller and the PS3 controller that they could have used a different button for that, and it would not have hurt anything. I don't see why that happened. I'm trying to think. Did I cover all the characters? Sonic remains the same. Shadow remains mostly the same. His homing attack gets a little bit tweaked. Blaze stays the same. Omega stays the same. Amy gets her speed, gets rid of the freaking cloaking ability because she doesn't need it. She gets her speed back, and she gets segments like Sonic does, and she doesn't have a homing attack, but she has the Pico Pico hammer that allows her to reach higher places because she can use it to vault. Silver gains his speed with his telekinesis and gains other abilities that make his telekinesis stronger throughout gameplay, so he gets upgraded. Knuckles gets his speed back. Rouge gets her speed back and retains her normal attacks from Sonic Adventure 2. And on top of that, she gets the Bat Bombs as an upgrade item. And Tails retains his speed from Sonic Adventure as well as his attacks from Sonic Adventure, and gets the ring capsules as an item during gameplay, not something that he just starts out with and he can attack normally without it. I think that's actually everybody. That covers them all. All right. Physics, again, I said physics need to be fixed. That would happen. The physics in this game gets fixed so the characters don't stick to the walls when they're going up a loop. Here's a fix for Sonic's levels though, and the missions where he has to carry Elise with him that require him to, like, I guess run across like pits that he can fall into. Get rid of that shit. Just get rid of it. Like, make his normal speed without some sort of special button, without charging things up. Make his normal speed work for running across the water. And then allow you to be able to boost to be... Well, no, boosts weren't introduced until Unleashed. But let his normal speed work and not have the ridiculous press this button to be able to run across this big pit. No, get rid of that. That's not needed. His normal speed anyway should be enough for him to be able to do it. He shouldn't have to make a bubble around himself in order to be able to traverse those types of areas. I'm just trying to think anything else. That was just an annoying thing, especially because, like, if you don't see the prompt when the level first comes up, you die a couple times. So about that. Let's remove the kissing scene from the game because that was not needed. Elise should not be fucking pining after a goddamn hedgehog and kissing him. That was just unneeded completely. Let me deal with this for a second. Okay. Another thing that would have been nice to have, even though it's not needed, it would have been a nice little bonus after you actually complete the game. Have a Mephiles the Dark storyline that you can actually play through, where you can see everything from his perspective leading up to the point where he actually kills Sonic in front of Elise and she starts to cry. Like, just that would be interesting just to see how it went, how things played out from his point of view and all of his thought processes and stuff. To me, I would have loved that. That would have been cool to add in. Because it would have been their quote unquote dark storyline. So that would have worked. I would have been all for that. And those changes, these things that I just talked about, would have made for a much better game. And it would have been Sonic 07. It would have been better received. It probably would have looked better because they would have had more time to work on the engine. It's not like that game was ugly by any standard or anything. But they could have definitely made it better than what it was. The hub. Another thing I think would need to change is some of those hub world side missions. Some of them didn't really make much sense. Like they just really didn't make much sense. So some of them should have just been removed. Like having Sonic racing kids with Sonic hats on made no sense whatsoever. Like that one stuck out to me. I remember that. Like, so get rid of some of the side quests, or actually put in side quests that make sense, where you have to go back into certain stages and get to a certain place that you weren't able to before because you came back with an item that you didn't have when you first got there. Or you come back with a different character. Like if there was an area where Sonic couldn't reach because he just couldn't get high enough, and you go in with Amy. And Amy can now reach that place because she can vault higher than what Sonic can jump with her Pico Pico hammer. Stuff like that makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. So that's the type of stuff that I think would have made this game better. And that's just one example. There's a whole lot of different things that they could have done with that. But still, that would have made the game so much better, and it would have made Silver Story not feel so horribly slow paced. Because playing through his story was the worst one on that game because of how slow paced it was. And that's so annoying because there's so much potential that was wasted because they just cobbled together a bunch of stuff and just threw it in there. No, it could have been a lot better. Could have been way, way better. But that's really my thoughts on it. You guys can go ahead and discuss in the comments below, or join my Discord server and you can discuss it there with me. what you think would have worked. What you think would have worked to make this game better if it would have been Sonic 07 rather than Sonic 06. And again, a more competent team would have not saying a different team, but the team that we had that worked on it would have been more competent and knew better what to do to make this game worth the money that everyone spent on it to get it. So, but that's it. Thank you guys very much for your time, and thank you for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me, and until the next time, please enjoy your games. Peace out.